Okay, let's do some face and body readings. This time it's an easy one, I think. So this is about Chloe Ayling, who was allegedly 5 or 6 days in captivity in Italy. She was supposed to be sold as a sex slave to the Middle East, but she was then freed by her kidnapper and dropped off in front of the British embassy. So this is now when she returned to England, when she's greeting the reporters in front of her house. Before I start the movie, what would you think her facial expression is? Does it show someone who has been in captivity for a while, feared for her life? Is it someone who looks exhausted, who shows signs of fatigue? I would say no. She looks genuinely happy. What are the signs of happiness? The big smile is a zygomaticus major muscle, which pulls the lips up. This is what we do when someone says cheese. It's a voluntary part of the smile. Another muscle involved is the orbicularis oculi, which is then raising the cheeks, and in older people would lead to the crow's feet on the side of the eyes, on the temples, which of course for younger people is harder to see. She certainly looks happy at this point, so let's play the movie.
3 weeks on from her release, Chloe returned to the UK this weekend to her home here in Coulsdon in Surrey.
So again, I would imagine someone in captivity shows signs of fatigue, maybe even ashamed because she was very naive in getting in the situation.
For a terrifying experience, I feared.
Terrifying experience. She's beaming of joy.
For my life, second by second, minute by minute, hour by.
So this looks more like a model photo shoot here. So the beginning part is unfortunately missing because she still show her in front of her house. Let's play the other movie.
I've been through a terrifying experience. I feared for my life, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour.
So even though she's reading from notes, we would expect her to relive through some of her emotions she was in when she was in captivity, fearing for her life, maybe never making it home to see her child. There would be signs of fears, at least micro-expressions, which are short fleeting expressions, a fraction of a second. So we would expect wrinkling of the forehead, pulling together the eyebrows, maybe trembling of the voice. None of these signs are shown here.
I am incredibly grateful to the Italian and UK authorities.
So here she's just looking down, reading from her notes. She could read the notes differently. She could hold the paper higher up. She could look more in the camera or towards the people. So this could be also interpreted as a sign of covering up or shame. Shame in a sense of misleading the public.
For all they have done to secure my safe release. I have just arrived home after 4 weeks of being in Italy, and I haven't had the time to gather my thoughts. I am not at liberty to say anything further until I have been debriefed by the UK police.
So it's odd, she was in Italy for 4 weeks. I would have imagined at the consulate she would have been interviewed by the British officials already. So she apparently now has an attorney, a defense attorney, who advised her not to speak. And innocent people, I think, would have no problem describing her ordeal.
I've been debriefed by the UK police.
So she looks briefly up while tilting her head. This gives her a little bit of submissive misdemeanor. And by looking up while the head is down, it gives her appearance of being coy. This again is a red flag in terms of being untruthful. And also I think there's a nice micro-expression of duping delight, which is Paul Ekman's term, which describes when someone gets pleasure out of fooling someone, which can be a very powerful feeling, which is an asymmetric smile. So asymmetry means just a sign of contempt or superiority, which is then mixed with a smile, which then leaks in terms of a micro-expression. Here was a very quick smile, which is hard to slow down now on the CNN player.
Release. I have just arrived home after 4 weeks.
Right after she looks up and down again, there's this asymmetry on the right side of her face. This would be the right moment to feel the duping delight after she looks at the people.
Being in Italy, and I haven't had the time to gather my thoughts. I'm not at liberty to say anything further until I have been debriefed by the UK police.
Here also again. So here was very briefly the right mouth corner going up. So in summary, there are a lot of indicators, clusters of behavior which don't support her story. Said she was kidnapped and feared for her life. She's way too lighthearted. There are no signs of fears when reading the notes. Genuine smiles and at the end even duping delight. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it and stay tuned.